Am I the asshole for kicking my brother and his new wife out of my house after they tried to redecorate my dead daughter's room while I was at work? We shall see. So this is still pretty fresh, and I'm absolutely fuming. For context, I, 38 female, lost my daughter 2 years ago in a car accident. She was only 14, and ever since that day, I've kept her room exactly as she left it. I don't go in there often, but just knowing that it's there untouched brings me comfort. It's like having a piece of her still with me. Her posters, her art supplies, her clothes, all of it is still there. I can't bring myself to change it. Now, fast forward a few months ago, my brother, 34 male, and his new wife, 29 female, had some financial issues after blowing a ton of money on a ridiculous, extravagant wedding. They asked if they could stay with me while I saved up for a place. Even though I wasn't thrilled about it, I agreed because, well, family, right? At first, things were fine until recently. I noticed my sister in law making comments about how I shouldn't keep a shrine and how it's time to move on. I feel like that would have enraged me. Because not you telling somebody how long they should grieve and how they should grieve. Wow. Staying in somebody else's house. I ignored her because frankly it's none of her damn business how I grieved my child. My brother mostly stayed quiet, but I could tell she was getting into his ear. Anyway, I came home from work last week to a literal nightmare. I walked in my daughter's room and I kid you not, they had taken down all her posters, boxed up her stuff, and had started repainting the walls a hideous beige. They had moved in a bunch of generic furniture, hung up new curtains, and were apparently turning it into a guest room. I lost it, screaming, crying the whole thing. I asked them what the hell they were thinking, and their response, my sister in law had the nerve to tell me they did it as a favor to help me move on because it was unhealthy for me to keep the room as it was. I feel like I would have probably had to like walk out of my house because in that moment, what I would have done, I would have probably went to jail. I probably would have went to jail based on what I would have done in that moment. Because not you in my house. Not you in my house doing this. Not you not having a pot to piss in and a window to throw it out because y'all spent all that money on an extravagant wedding instead of taking that money and putting a down payment on a house. Staying in my house. And you have an issue on how I grieve. I was shaking with rage. I told them to pack their stuff and get the hell out of my house immediately. My brother tried to calm me down, saying that they meant well and were only trying to help me let go. He even tried to make me feel guilty by saying they had nowhere else to go right now, and as if it would make me suddenly forgive them for destroying the last piece of my daughter I had left. I told them I didn't care and that they had crossed the unforgivable line. Now my family is divided. My parents think I overreacted and say I'm heartless for kicking them out. Well, your parents should take them in then. Anybody who has any complaints, let them take them in. Let them pack up and move into their house and feel they're going to do whatever that they choose that they don't want to have in the house and fix up whatever they want to do. Let them take them in. They keep saying they were just trying to help. They didn't mean any harm. And that I'm being too harsh because people grieve differently. Exactly. People grieve differently. So why they have a problem with how you're grieving? I don't care if it was 2 years or 10 years. Don't touch my shit. They even suggested I apologize and let them. This is why my circle is small. Because absolutely not. They even suggested I apologize and let them move back in. My brother is still texting me, asking me to reconsider, saying that they're in a tough spot. But all I see when I look at them is betrayal. So am I the asshole for kicking them out and refusing to even consider letting them back in after what they did? Absolutely not. I'm enraged for you. I, for one, I'm so sorry that you lost your daughter at such a young age to a tragic car accident. I always say, and my mother always would say it, my kids need to outlive me. I don't want to ever have to experience that type of hurt or that type of pain. No lie. So sorry to anybody who has have to deal with that. I personally pray I don't ever have to live with the fact of outliving my kids. As sad as it is for my kids to have to see their mother go, I hope I'm here long enough to raise them to be amazing human beings that they have to bury me. And that's how it should be. They have to bury me. I cannot, for me, I feel like I can't live in this world without my kids. Saying all that is irrelevant. But if a situation like that was to happen, and I have a room, my child's room set up, or it is exactly the way it is as my child left it, and my brother has some chick that is in his ear, cool, that's your wife, you can do as you please. But you're staying in my house. You don't have any right to touch anything that you don't have no business touching. Much less I can imagine having that room set up the way it is and then come back and and see all the posters taken down. Like, that is so disrespectful. That is so uncalled for and so disrespectful. It's one thing if you said, when she made her comments and you made a comment like, I do want to eventually get around to packing up all her stuff and taking it down, but I haven't gotten around to it. Okay. That could be seen as being their actions from that could be seen as helpful, but not you even addressing her and they want to help you. No, absolutely not. Get out and never to return. Because I'm enraged. I would even go no contact. That's me. I'll be one of those people. I will go no contact because what in the absolute hell? No, I feel in certain situations, no coming back. This right here is betrayal. This right here is heartbreaking because now you walk into your daughter's room and it's completely disheveled. It's not the comfort and the peace that you have having that piece of your daughter. They basically try to destroy it because they felt she felt a certain type of way and he just went along with it because that's his wife. Absolutely not. No contact, cut off, blocked.